Yes, it's Uncle Kev.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, pioneers. Welcome to episode 9 of Metaverse Masterminds. We're just sorting out a couple of technical hitches here, guys, so just bear with me. Everything happened all at once. So just bear with us a second, guys. Good evening, Winnie. Are you on board?
I am, sir.
Excellent. You're hearing me okay, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, it was a bit breaking up at first, but now you're glad.
It was. I was struggling with getting people into the studio before the intro went. So, okay, guys, let's start again. Good evening, pioneers, and welcome to episode 9 of Metaverse Masterminds. It's 27th of October 2023, and how this month is flying by. Welcome to a wet old UK. It's definitely turned seasons. Autumn has really set in this week, and the general hasn't been tip-top this week, I'm afraid. I had to back out of my duties over a couple of days just to recuperate a little, because seasonal bugs and colds set in, and the general's voice gave in, unfortunately. Hopefully it's okay for this evening, and we can get through this show perfectly well. So, okay, let's welcome the panel for this evening. We've got a great panel on this evening. Let's have a look. Who've we got? At the top, Private Buddykins, always in the background, doing fantastic things in the chat room. Welcome, Private Buddykins. Did we get a wave off? We got a nod. I saw a nod. Here's a wave. There we go. Welcome, Private Buddykins. And we've got Private Winnie Skibbs with the statistics for this evening. Welcome, Winnie. How are you doing? You good?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. How's the weather down there? It's been atrocious up here, hence the reason why General Kev was all wrapped up with his winter woolies and hot drinks this week.
Yeah, it's raining.
It's been damn awful. There's been a terrible change in the weather. Surely this isn't autumn coming on winter yet. We're due some decent weather soon. So, like I say, I'm still holding out for some sunshine, and hopefully this is just a passing. I think it was a storm Babette or something. Was that what they called it?
Yes, and then something like that. Baboon, I don't know.
Baboon, storm baboon, something like that. I know. I watched the trees in the back garden, and a lot of the trees have left the leaves, dropped the leaves and everything. So, like I say, I know the seasons are changing well, but we've still got some decent weather before winter sets in, I hope. Okay, so moving on, who else have we got? We've got Trucker Fletch and Fred. Fred has reappeared. Hiya, Chris. How are you doing?
Hey, mate, we've got Wilma as well tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, we've got the camouflaged one at the back.
Yeah, he's a ninja up there. She heard that Uncle Kev was coming, so she's sitting here looking, saying, "Where's Uncle Kev?" She can't see him.
Awesome.
On about the weather, I was going to say something just then. Yeah, that's what it was going to say. This time next week, we'll be saying next month it'll be Christmas. There's something to think about.
You're not wrong there, Chris. You're not wrong there, sir. So, okay, we'll catch up with Trucker Fletch later on in the programme, and we'll see what Trucker Fletch has been doing in the last week. Next on the agenda, we'll be talking later with Bale Organa. Good evening, Bale. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm good. How are all of you?
Absolutely fantastic, sir. It's good to have you on the show this evening. We look forward to talking to you later about your planets. How's the weather over there?
Senatorial outfit today. I'm just casual today, but you know.
That's the way we like it, sir. That's the way we like it. Okay, so we'll catch you later on in the show.
Great.
Okay, so let's crack on. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm just going to have a quick run through the chat box. I always forget doing this at the beginning of the show. So I did promise myself that I wrote it on my notes. I'm going to go through the chat box and acknowledge any members that have said hi in the chat, because I always tend to leave them out. I'm hoping that Pam drops in as well. I did notice that Pam was going to. I noticed she'd put present in the Discord room. So any guys, any members watching in the YouTube, Facebook, or Discord, anybody that's watching, just drop us a hi. There's also another member that I wanted to say a quick hi to. Now, where are we? I'm going to put this one on the screen, guys, at the ticker at the bottom. A big shout out to Andrea S. from the Dowversal Supporters Group on Telegram for purchasing a Bureau of Forefront NFT. These funds help towards us offering prizes and giveaways when we start broadcasting from within MySpace. Yeah, thank you very much, Andrea. I said that I'll give you a big shout out and a big thank you from all the members at the Bureau, because what this does, this enables us to do what we're doing here, bringing prizes to the members. And like I say, we've got great things happening in November with the launch of MySpace. So we'll be going through that later on in the show as well. Okay, going back to the chat room, who've we got in? We've got a wave there. We've got Crypto G. We can always hear you, General Kev. Good evening, Crypto G. I know, Mike, you won't believe it. You won't believe it. Wednesday, my voice was almost gone. And I shocked myself, sir. Shocked myself. You know, it was terrible. So, like I say, I'm happy it's come back. I've got to take it easy as well. I've got a call on Sunday and a call on Monday, so I'm trying to keep it at the minimum. But hey ho, Metaverse Masterminds comes first. So yeah, Winnie said thank you, Andrea, for the NFT purchase. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we went through the NFTs last week, and what this does, this brings much needed funds in order for us to do this. Now, I explained last week that me, Winnie, Buddykins, Sergeant Meng, Jason, we all put a little bit in every month in order to help support the broadcast shows and such like. You know, Discord costs a little bit. The software that I use here costs a little bit. We don't mind doing that, guys, but we want to bring more value to the community at large. Okay. So all these funds that are brought in by the NFTs goes towards making the community a bigger, better, happier place. Okay. Like I say, guys, anybody in the chat room, in any of the platforms, give us a shout. Let us know you're there, and we'll give you a shout out on the broadcast. So, okay, Winnie, the first thing on the agenda, we'll go through a bit of news this week. The Google Authenticator is now working in Hypercosmos. Now, this is a little bit confusing to me, so I'm going to ask Winnie if she can work out what's happened here, because we had some problems with the Google Authenticator being added as a not mandatory within Hypercosmos, but we've still got a problem, because I think it was Steve mentioning it. He was helping other members with their accounts, and they've still got to set up Google Authenticator and then deactivate it before they can use the email verification. I don't get that. Do you Winnie? I don't get that at all.
Yeah. You mean hyper community, don't you? You said Hypercosmos.
Yes. Sorry,
that's all right.
Yeah,
I was just checking. Like, there's so many of them.
Yeah, no, hyper community, and like I say, you know, I contacted my node manager, and she says yes, Google Authenticator is not mandatory, but they have to set it up and then deactivate it in order to use the alternative.
Oh.
And I don't get the point in that, to be fair, because if you set it up, you might as well use it and just get it over and done with. So I don't understand what the purpose of that was. I don't know whether that's satisfactory for members or not. You know, I'm just sort of picking holes in this, to be fair, because, you know, we look at the good and the bad and the indifferent of everything that happens on this show. And can you shed any light on that? I know I've been a bit off it this week, but I was trying to work this out of why they would set it up as something that's got to be activated to then deactivate it so that you get the opportunity to use email verification. What am I missing?
Maybe it read. Yeah, that is strange, isn't it? Is that going to register it in some way so that it? I don't know.
I don't. And if anybody in the groups or on the platforms suss this, can you see how the general gets confused at the simplest things? I don't know, guys. I can only say what I said last week. Google Authenticator is fantastic. It's a great security measure. I use it myself, but I found the easiest way of doing it is by using 2 devices. Okay, I use my laptop for my my browser and the platform, but I use my mobile phone for the Google Authenticator, because it makes it so much easier rather than swapping between, one window and another, and trying to do it on the iPad with crypto.com is a nightmare, because you have to log into crypto.com before you put the password in. And it's crazy. It really is. But no, if anybody can enlighten me with why that was the way it was, I just don't know. Luckily, it's not an ongoing thing, because once we've transferred our assets over from Hyper Community, hopefully that's the last we'll see of that, and we can turn the GA off and have done with. So I do feel sorry for Steve, though, because he's got a lot of members that he's helping, and this is going to be quite confusing for him. That was the purpose of sort of asking about this and saying, I don't get this at all. Like I say, guys, we just come here with the news and the announcements and try and fathom them out with you guys. So moving on. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. We've got a lot of members reporting that their TFA charge button's missing. They can collect, but they can't charge. That was one of the reports, and various other strange anomalies within the platform. I tried to work out what those anomalies were, and I reported some back to tech support team. But guys, there's one simple solution to this, and it is clear your cookies in your browser. Okay, because what's happening when you, and I know this from programming websites and doing updates and so forth, when you do that, browsers have a tendency to keep the old settings and display weird things when you do updates to the websites. And what it does, it makes things disappear. So all you need to do is go into your browser settings and clear the history, the cookies, your browsing history and so forth, and get rid of them. Clear it up. You may have to go through setting up your password again and just entering that if you've got it set to just log in automatically. But it's worth it, because I've seen no end of people panicking because, things aren't working, buttons are missing, and that's all it takes. Sometimes it's even just a quick refresh of the browser and everything comes back as normal. So try not to panic, guys. When things don't seem quite right, try your refresh button first, clear your cookies and your browsing history second, and then if things continue after that, that's the time to contact us on the groups, and let's see if we can come to a solution before bothering the tech support teams. In general, there's many people from the bureau and that in the groups in the day that can help anyway. Now, if we can do that and stop the backlog of the tech support team, that'll speed things up at their end as well. Okay, so let's try and work on that as well. Have you had anything disappear on randomly, Winnie?
No. Let's have a think. Not that I'm aware of.
No, and they seem to have resolved the problem of the lost asset, the lost TFA.
Oh yeah, the
rewards,
points, the DPs.
That's right, the DP. That all seems to be rectified now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So like we said, guys, sometimes, there's hell on earth in the groups. You get one person really panicking because they think they've lost all their assets. And It's not. It's just updates. And like we know, MySpace is launching very soon. And there's a lot of technical updates going on in the back office that is going to, cause these outages. So let's try and keep plugged in, keep reading the groups. If you have any problems, another thing that I can advise members to do, if they've got any issues with the platform, always come on the groups and have a read back. Even if you go back about 5 or 6 posts, and guarantee someone's already talking about something. The amount of times we've had a good conversation on there, come to a solution, and then somebody will come on 5 minutes later asking the very same question, So let's face it, guys, we're always on there trying to help people. So log back, work your way back, and you'll probably find out that we've already resolved the problems, okay? So that was the missing buttons scenario. Okay, we've also had King Ben Masiko. He's been out in Dubai representing the African community and the Bureau of Forefront. So he's still out there. He's had an extended stay. Now, we had a Zoom call with him. My head's just going round and round in circles today. Was it yesterday or the day before we spoke to Ben?
It was. That's a good question, because it was supposed to be I think it was Wednesday. It was supposed to be Tuesday, and then it was Wednesday. So I think it was yesterday. I'm not even sure.
That's how this week's been. This week's been crazy, hasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, beside the by, we had a call with Ben while he was in the boardroom at Dalversal offices, and we managed to have a quick chat with the CSO and CMO, which was Mohammed and Ash, I believe. That's right. Yeah. So it's fantastic catching up with them guys as well. And they gave us a quick overrun of MySpace. We had a quick preview of MySpace, which we'll talk about later in the show. Okay. So it's great to see Ben out there. I would have liked to have gone myself, and sadly Deborah was hoping to go with Meng as well, but unfortunately we couldn't get out this time. So hopefully, guys, this time next year we will be out there. Let's hope all the Bureau can get out there. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, Ben's out there. I think he's due back on Saturday, so he will be back for our Sunday evening Africa Zoom call. So hopefully we'll have some great updates from Ben when he returns to Africa. So we'll be contacting him. What time will that be? 8 p.m. Africa time. I'm trying to think, because the times are going back in the UK as well, aren't they? They're going back an hour on Sunday night, Sunday morning. Oh, I don't know. It's crazy. These clocks, I don't know why they have to put them back. But anyway, we'll catch up with Ben and we'll see how things have gone over there. It was great to see him on and to be able to chat to management. Okay, so yeah, they went over MySpace Ready Player Me as well. Now, this is something I want to talk to you guys about as well, because that's something we can be doing in preparation for the launch of MySpace. Okay, so we don't have to be sitting waiting for this. The price of Ethereum needs to come down, guys, as well, so that we can afford it a little bit, get it a little bit cheaper. Because the cost of the MySpace Premium at 0.2 Ethereum, the cheaper we can buy those Ethereum tokens, the better. So keep your eye on the price of Ethereum, guys. It has gone up quite considerably this week. So if we get that coming down, we'll give an alert out so that people can buy up a little bit of cheap Ethereum. So let's keep our eye on that. Okay. What else have we been doing? Oh, while I didn't have a great deal to do yesterday evening, I decided to launch a new set of Telegram stickers for the Bureau of Forefront. Now, this is just a fun thing that we was doing, but it was something that I didn't realize that we could do, and I will be adding to them later on in the week. Now, when we go into MySpace, there'll be some new additional designs as well. I am talking to my node manager about this as well. So we will be working with them to see what we can do regarding the future of Dalversal and the Bureau members to see what we can come up with these sticker designs. Okay, so that's another exciting addition to the platforms that we're on at the moment. So Winnie, have you got any news to share with us this week before we move on?
Let's see. Well, I've been trying to. I've been playing with this spreadsheet, so I'm going to ask Bale for some mathematical questions about that.
Okay.
So we were talking about. We were figuring out when the TFA reaches 100%, it's going to be. We're going to be able to withdraw at 30 per day, which is about 900 a month, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Which we were talking with Jay about that, and we just thought, wow, that's really good. Although it might take a long time to get there, that's actually really quite an amazing thing, which will go on for a certain amount of time. And
I'm just double checking. We have got Sergeant Meng on board, haven't we? Because I know Meng's been working on this as well, hasn't he?
yes.
Okay.
Meng's almost has Meng's reached 50% already, I think.
I know he's got
Yes,
past the 30%. Oh, here he is.
Yeah. I think he said he's reached 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I broke 50% yesterday.
Yeah.
So
it's good. It's good. Yeah. Anyway, that's kind of exciting. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, what we were talking about was the whole charging process all the way up to 100%. So then once you get to 100%, you no longer charge. All you're doing is just collecting. So that $30 DP a day is what it's going to be sitting at after 100% until you get that additional 1.5x.
Excellent.
Okay, sorry guys, I'm just reading through the chat room, and I don't want to miss Sassy. Good evening, Sassy. And Crypto's just said a good thing here. Make sure you store the QR code or private key for the Google Authenticator, or keep it on an old mobile device as a backup. It's a real pain to recover access, so do what you can to avoid losing it. Crypto G, absolutely 110%. This is the main problem that people have with Google Authenticator. The very fact that they lose their key or lose the software, and they have the problem, and then they expect a tech support team to rectify that. So yes, absolutely, that is highly important. And we have Samuel in the room as well. Good evening, Samuel, from Atlanta, USA. Excellent. Okay, right. Okay, let's just go back to here. Right. Okay. Before we go on about the TFA and what have you, Winnie, shall we bring Bale on, and then you can talk to Bale and Meng together about that. But before we bring Bale on live, I'd just like to present him with a video promotion that Buddykins, look at her laughing, she knows what's coming, look. Buddykins has very kindly created a promotional video for Bale. Okay, so we'll show that to the viewers, and then we'll bring Bale on live on air so that you can chat together. Okay, all right, here we go, guys.
I love that.
Okay, welcome back, pioneers of the metaverse and metaverse masterminds. Let's welcome on stage Bale Organa himself. Good evening, Bale. How are you doing?
I'm good. Buddykins, that was awesome. Thank you so much for that. That was so cool.
No problem at all, Bale. Now, I'm going to pass you on to Winnie, but just before that, what we'll do, if you can go into the ticket number that we was talking to you in Discord after the show, we'll upload that video so that you can download it and use it your free will, okay?
Great, thank you.
That's a gift to you from the Bureau of Forefront, okay?
Fantastic.
I don't know what to say. That was just really cool. No, I like Star Wars, obviously, and so.
Well,
I
that was going to be my first question. Yes.
Okay, over to you, Winnie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I grew up with Star Wars, and my brother and I watched it 1,000 times in the 80s. You know, I was a kid. And I just always liked it, and that was cool. I liked the TIE Fighter. I don't know about the Death Star, though. I saw the Death Star down in the corner. But we don't want that anywhere near Aldrin. That's not good. It's gonna blow up our planet, you know. But
Fantastic. Now, I didn't grow up with Star Wars, so although I know of it. And tell me how you pronounce. Is it Dantooine?
Dantooine.
Dantooine. Okay.
I wondered that as well, to be fair. I wondered that, and I was going to leave it to Winnie to say it on air.
Yeah.
So thank you, Winnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the scene in the original movie, right, whenever they blow up Alderaan, right, Tarkin is interrogating Princess Leia, and she gives him a false planet. He's like, where's the rebel base? She says, it's on Dantooine, and it's not actually true. She lied to him, right? But so that's where that planet came from. It's just mentioned in the movie. And then later they say that there was the remains of a rebel base. So I just thought it would be fun to say, oh, there used to be a rebel base here. And maybe whenever we get the metaverse going and you can actually visit the planets, I could have a plot of land that represents the ruins of the base. That would be fun.
Fantastic.
I've got a question for you. Does the big gold fella really have a silver leg, or is he all gold?
There's a point in the movie where he has a silver leg. Yeah, like throughout, you know, he's a robot, so he gets different parts and he gets repaired over time. So he's all gold. That's C-3PO. But yeah, there's a point where he does have a silver leg. I forget when though, but it's in there.
Because I remember being a bit of a conspiracy about whether he had whether he was all golden, and a lot of people said, "Oh, he was all gold," and then he had a silver leg suddenly, and then it's gone back to gold again. But that explains it.
Are you talking about the character or the actual robot thing? I mean, I know it is a robot, isn't it?
No, the robot thing. The man inside it didn't have gold leg, with a silver leg.
Yeah, that was all just a costume.
Okay. So you're not the real Bale Organa? I'm so confused.
I don't look like him, do I? I don't look like Jimmy Smith, but I can pretend, right? That's what I think the metaverse is about. It's about you get to just have fun and you know have a different identity in the metaverse. You don't have to be whoever you are. You can take the identity of someone else. If anyone's seen, I know there's a link. Ready Player Me, the movie Ready Player One, which I'm obviously that's based on, right? That movie, from my understanding, I think that's what they're going for with this, right? Like they want to end up with that kind of world where you have an avatar and you can make it look like wherever you want. And obviously people can choose like pop culture references and things like Star Wars or whatever you like. But you just get to like make whatever you want and go wherever you want. It's this full open world. It's kind of like a video game, but it's virtual reality video game.
Yeah, well, right. What I'm trying to accomplish in Oasis Memories, which is my Stone Age planet, is part of Ready Player One. Okay, so I will be recreating that as part of that planet. Okay, because I'll be doing historic events of that Ready Player One as well as other themes as well. That's why I've called it Oasis Memories, because if you remember Ready Player One, it was called the Oasis, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I only saw it once, but yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
that part.
brilliant film. It's absolutely brilliant film. I've watched it a number of times, and I would recommend people watch it because it gives them an idea of what we're aiming for with Dalversal Metaverse. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, so Winnie, have you got some questions?
Yes, well, I was going to ask. I mean, you've kind of covered that of what, why you've named your planets and what your visions are for them. I think you've covered that. Unless there's anything you want to add there, what your plans are, or
Well, what I'm looking for with it, and you kind of got this impression in the movie where Alderaan was this peaceful planet. They mentioned there's no weapons. It's a place of arts and culture. I'm envisioning it like everyone has a passion in life. Like we all have passions, whatever they are. They can be anything. It could be sports. It could be writing a book, right? But often life will get in the way, and you have to pay the bills. You have to earn your salary. And so you don't have time for the things you really enjoy. So I want Alderaan to be a place where you could just go and whatever it is that you like to do on your own time, paint, do crafts, programming, video games, anything. This is just a place you could go and follow those passions without having to worry about paying the bills and how much money do I have and all those kind of, everyday grind kind of things of life. So that's what
fantastic.
I'm going for.
Sounds great. Yeah, well, I've got land there already, so I'll be there.
Excellent.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I
thank
like
you
the,
for everyone
I
who's
like
bought
the
land on my
option.
planet. I'm very appreciative.
You're welcome.
That
Fantastic.
sounds awesome. That a nice tranquil place where you can be who you want to be. It's like an escape avenue somewhere, and this is what everybody needs. They want a place. I mean, look at Web 2 now and what we've got available. I'm going to have to say it, guys. I used to use Facebook and Twitter a lot, and I hardly use it now because it is swamped with adverts. There's hardly any people on there that I regularly communicate with anymore. And if I do, it's very short-lived because, people just get fed up with being bombarded with advert after advert. And it's like Jonah pointed out, this is the purpose of the metaverse. They don't make money out of this. We do. This is what the social fi metaverse is about. We create the content. We're doing it for Facebook and we're doing it for Twitter, and we don't earn a penny out of it. This is the beauty of what Dalversal can offer. And Bale, you've got an ideal, manifesto there that will attract so many people in. This is what we look. Actually, have you gone through the galaxy and picked up on a few different planets and had a look at their manifesto? There's some really interesting.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
In fact, I was looking at Ring 18, which is your planet, of course. I mean, your planet's on Ring, and there's another 1819 is a Star Wars Italia. On the same
Really?
ring. Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
No.
Check it
Check
out.
it out. It's in. I'm trying to think if what the manifesto was. I'm not sure if it says, and it might be in Italian, but you can translate that, of course. Yeah, that's just down the road from you, which
Yeah.
is really cool. Yeah, yeah. You.
I'll hop on down that space lane, I guess. And
Yeah, definitely. Yes, you're right, Kev. There's going to be loads of people interested in because it's
I
quite
am. Like I say, we had a little preview of MySpace the other day from Ben from the boardroom at Dalversal, and I'm quite intrigued. I mean, we got to see the 3D metaverse where MySpace and the big screen and everything with the seating area. I'm quite intrigued of how we're going to be able to travel between planets, because I presume that'll be part of the journey, and we'll be swapping between Oasis memories to Winnie's wine bar. We'll have a drink at Winnie's wine bar. We'll hop across to Bale's. I'm not going to even attempt to say that word, but I did write it down actually.
Dantooine.
Dantooine and Alderaan, is that right?
Dantooine.
Yeah, so like I say, how we transport ourselves between those planets. I did read somewhere, I can't remember where it was, but we would be getting in vehicles and going. So I don't know how that's going to work yet. All interesting stuff. And like I say, I'm sure this will all, become open as we travel. I mean, come on, everything's coming out all at once. This is opening up really fast as far as I can see. I mean, the TFA program came quicker than I thought, and they're still opening things up as we go along. I can't help but say I'm really excited at this. And what do you think, Bale, at the NFT minting process coming at when is it? Is it Sunday or Tuesday? Let me just have a look. It's the 31st, so it'll be
31st is Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, so Tuesday we're getting the NFT premium minting. So
yeah, all this stuff is really exciting. There's so much going on, and it's all so new in terms of just like, I guess the internet is the best word. Like we've never seen this before on the internet. The internet is websites. You just go to a site and you read things, maybe a video. This is like a whole new medium through which to experience content. So
yeah,
just really cool. And I mean, like, again, that Ready Player One, I think, is the best like visualization of what it's probably going to be like, something along those lines. But until we really get there, I don't think we'll know for sure.
Sure, yeah. I'm interested to know, do you do any streaming, Bale?
I actually don't. I'm not as into that as perhaps I could be.
Okay. Do you think you will be going for the premium, or don't you know yet?
I can check that out. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
Because
the NFTs, that's something I need to explore.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept because it's not just the streaming; it's the, the decorating of your MySpace, and like I say, you can display your NFTs within that MySpace as well. So I've got a collection of my own NFTs and the Bureau Forefront NFTs that we can put on display, and hopefully that'll get the Bureau a little bit more attention as well. So, Winnie, have you created any NFTs yet? I know you was going to have a look. It's finding the time to create them.
I did. I started collecting images and for the beach where my cocktail bar will be. But no, it hasn't.
I'm doing the same thing because when I find myself when I've got 20 minutes spare, which is rare, but when I've got a little bit of time spare, I go online and look for things because there's loads of free websites out there, guys, where you can get images, you can get, GIFs, you can get animated images, you can get music, you can get sound effects and all sorts. And this is what I use in my tutorials and my NFTs. It's all free for use. And I look and it's amazing what I've picked up for the story of Ready Player One. That's all, it's going to piece it all together. And obviously this other story that I've spoken to Winnie about, that it's all secret hush hush until it's launched. Got a wonderful story coming out in my planet. It is going to take time. It is going to take quite some months, but when it is launched, it's going to take the galaxy by storm, because it's a long-term project that goes back at least 3 or 4 generations. So this is going to be wonderful. And what I'm picking up online free, and this is my point, is there's plenty of stuff online free, guys, that you can use and create content, because that is the main thing about the metaverse. You can create content and you can earn money from doing this. And this is something that, in fact, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to ask Trucker Fletch to just give us a couple of minutes on his creation, because he's a very good content creator, but in a different aspect. So go ahead, Chris. What were you thinking of creating for your metaverse presence?
A strip club. Now, being serious, I've been writing poetry for the last 5 years. And I'm thinking of somehow putting it together so I can put my poetry on MySpace. But I'm also working on the poems. When I write the poems, I can see what's going on in the poem in my mind's eye. and I don't just see the words, I see the image, and I'm looking into how I can put the images behind the words and build it into an NFT. I'm not sure how it works. I'm not clued up yet. And also, because of the amount of experience I've had over the last 36 years lorry driving, I've had some awesome experiences. I'm also looking into writing my, what do I call it, memoirs, or basically what happened over the years. Now I've got to this stage where I am now in the crypto world, because basically I've retired from the driving, and the crypto world sort of the next job, the next move, the step forward for me.
Okay,
it's a massive change from being stuck behind the wheel 5 days a week, sort of 15 hours a day. So it's a big step.
And this is what Trucker Fletcher's agreed to join us in the Metaverse Mastermind studio for every week. Because just a quick question, Chris, who would have known it 2 years ago? Would you know that you would have been into crypto space and the metaverse?
I hadn't even heard of it.
That's
I hadn't
right.
even heard of it.
That's right.
It wasn't even in my dictionary, or isn't in my vocabulary. And the little project that you're talking about, the long distance one, is it the one that I know about?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But like I say, the regarding your poetry, I don't know whether you knew, but and Chris, this is education for not only yourself but other viewers, because this is why Chris joined us in the studio, so that he could be a prime example of somebody. What was the word, Chris? A technophobe. I think it was somebody that wanted to get involved but didn't know how, basically. So what my idea was for your poetry, are you aware that you could actually get AI to read that poetry for you, and you could record that audio as a NFT, but the NFT could be like a slideshow of images from the images that you say that you can see while that poetry is coming through. So if you could find images that picture what you're seeing as you're writing this poetry, you could get AI to speak the poetry so that you don't have to write it. So there's all different ways of creating these NFTs. It doesn't have to be a written script like an A4 where it's just bland. You can actually make them multimedia. Does that make sense?
What do you talk about, Willis?
So you've got a picture, and that picture can be a slideshow that changes into different pictures as the NFT progresses, as the poem is being spoken. Do you know what I mean? So you can record let me think, how can you say it? Right, your poems, we could type it as a script in a text document and feed it through the AI machine to read it out. Okay.
So you could get like one of these little cartoon character things that run up and down the screen that we operate with a button. You can get one of them to read it out.
Like an audio script, yeah. But you could have a slideshow of images that show as your audio script is being spoken. I'll have to go through it with you when we've got time.
That gives me an idea for another project. I'll speak to that another day.
There we go. Content creators. This is what it's all about. So did you get what I meant with that, Winnie, where you could get like a slideshow of pictures that give the viewer an image, and that image is changing as the AI is reading the poem out to you? You can actually do that as an NFT.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think that would be easier, because if you do an NFT as a written A4 script poem, that can be quite bland as a static poem. We could make these quite exciting, really, and more intriguing.
Putting the images in the background is an awesome idea, because the way I was looking into it would have been doing it with my own photography, like the old school, like, as my daughter says, was it when you had chalk and slates, Dad? It would have been doing it that way instead of doing it the modern, totally modern way, which is over here at the moment.
Well, like I say, we've got plenty of years under our belt yet, and I think we can keep up with this modern technology. What do you think, Bale?
I agree. And the older generation, many of the members I'm helping move over to Dalversal are in the older generation. So they're technicals. They're afraid of computers. A message pops up. If you read it, it tells you exactly what to do, but they just stop and go, what do I do? What do I do? So it would be nice to have more education for the people that are afraid. And I think some people literally do have a fear. But what they're afraid of is they don't want to mess it up. They think the computer will crash if they press the wrong button. And the way I've learned everything on computers, I just do it. I just say, oh, here's a button in Excel. I don't know what it does. I'll click it and see what happens. And you just learn. You just figure it out by trying it. But you just have that curiosity. But I've been helping people. Last night, it was pretty hard. Actually, talking about the Google Authenticator earlier, that we got hung up on that step because I'm on the phone with them and I'm trying to tell them, okay, go to the Play Store, download Google Authenticator. They did not know what the Play Store was. They knew nothing about it. So I have to meet with them in person. In person, I can do it in 10 minutes.
It's so hard not being able to point to things, isn't it? Yeah.
You're a blind monkey just feeling around. It's like you're trying to tell them where to go, but you can't see what they're seeing. So it's really hard.
It's amazing.
I quite agree. Sorry,
Chris,
go ahead.
I had a funny experience.
Talking at once.
We got the mobile county library. The library bus come around yesterday. I hadn't been seeing it for years. Anyway, we climbed aboard and I says to the guy, I said, I've got my ID, driving license, can we join? Yeah, he says, yeah. So we got it filled all the form in, and he says, would you like to know how to log into ebooks? I said, do what? He says, we do ebooks. I went, no, I want a book off the shelf. He went, yeah, but he says, say you're out in the car and you want to listen to the radio, you want to read your book while you're going. He went, we've got ebooks. And I went, the hell are they? Ebooks. And I can't remember what the other thing was, but it's like, I says, look, just give me the thing that's on the shelf that I can read. And Ellie went, yeah, I'll do the ebooks thing. I'm like, okay. It was just like, what is this stuff? Last time I see a mobile library, all he had was a load of books. Now they've got DVDs or something they look like DVDs. They've got these. Oh, it's another world. And it was like a bit of a shock. I said, all I've come for is a book that I can open, sit in. This is my reading chair. I can sit in here at night and read. Oh, but we've got all these ebooks and all this electronic stuff. And I went, no, thanks.
Kindles, aren't they?
And I've got to be honest, growing up, I grew up with Chris, obviously, he's my brother. And we both grew up from our first home computer was the ZX81. And we're talking some years ago now. And, talking about technology, about people not being afraid to press buttons. Absolutely, because every time you press the button on the ZX81, it crashed because the RAM pack on the back was so loose and wobbly that you was afraid to program it. Bale, can you remember the ZX81s? They were so frail; it was unbelievable.
I remember the old boxy computers, like the 286s and 386s.
Yeah, sure.
My brother and I used to play lots of computer games. This is like late 80s, early 90s, right? Mm-hmm. And at this point, to play our game, your character would walk around a section and go to a new section. And when you went to the new section, it would say, please insert disc 2. You could take the disc out and put in a new disc. And when you went to the original section, you had to swap them again. So that's my experience with the early computers. I think it was a little past that point.
Yeah.
So I don't remember.
What was your first game? Can you remember what your first game that you played on a computer?
That was a game called Monkey Island. It was like an adventure game. Does that sound familiar?
Ooh, I
remember that. Yeah.
You were a pirate, and you wandered around this island, and you solve puzzles. Like you collect things in your inventory and use them to solve a puzzle. But you had to go all around the town and the island. So every window was like you saw, a part of the town. Then you'd walk to the right, and you'd be in a new section. So every time the screen would change, there's only so much memory available on those old computers. So you had to take the disc out and put the new disc in to load the next section of the game.
Discs. Yeah. Do you remember floppy disks? Did you go?
Oh, yeah. They were the really big discs, the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a huge
it
one.
was huge.
I
Do you
remember.
know my dad worked in computers back in well, I don't know when he started. 50s, maybe it was in the 50s. He was telling me about this room that contained
Mhm.
1 megabyte. No, it might have been 1 kilobyte, and it was this huge room of huge like units, and it was all for about a kilobyte or something, or megabyte. And so he watched the whole thing, and he used computers all
Yeah.
throughout his life. Well, not throughout his life. Yeah, throughout his life. Well, certainly towards the end, anyway. I mean, he wasn't afraid. Whereas my mum won't open the laptop because she thinks she'll break it.
Yep, my mom's like
I've
that too.
I've never been one really for video games or anything, but I remember early 2000s, I was working as a bouncer in our local seaside town at pubs, and I bought was it Sony PlayStation X? I don't know what it was. It had Colin McRae Rally on, and all us doormans, about 10 of us, I used to make a curry on a Saturday night after we'd finished on the doors. All used to pile around my flat, and we used to all play on this Sega Rally it was.
Sega Rally.
And we got drunker and drunker and drunker. And on the Sunday morning, we get up and see what our scores were and how bad we were driving when we were legless. And that's the only video game I've really had a good crack on. I remember all our scores was on, and it's like, who was the drunkest but could drive the fastest and the safest? And we looked at it on Sunday morning. See, that's as far as I get with this gaming stuff.
Okay, guys. Right. Okay. I'm going to have a quick intermission and then come back into the studio. And Winnie, I do believe you wanted to talk about the TFA and what it was like at 30%, 50%, and 100% with Bayland. Is that correct? Or had you already been through that? Did you want to do that a little bit more in detail?
Well, I have a question for Bale.
Oh, okay.
Well, which we can do that afterwards, which would be to do with the TFA, yeah, and we'll see. It might be a bit too kind of mathematical for everybody, not for Bale, but
Okay.
yeah, do an intermission if you want first. That's probably
Just a
good.
quick intermission, and then we'll be back in a few seconds. All right, guys.
Ah, that's lovely. I think Kev's frozen. Oh, we've lost Kev. Are you there, Buddykins? Yeah. Huh. Can you? Have we got sound? I can't. Can people hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, great. Well,
Yeah.
it's because I couldn't hear Kev talking. I'm so used to Kev talking. I thought we'd lost sound. So, yeah, Bale, you're a maths tutor, I understand.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you questions about that, but I'll go into the TFA, which I'm sure
Okay.
you understand. Do you use spreadsheets much?
I use Excel all the time. I use it for
Cool.
yeah. So I'm very good with Excel. I'm not as good with more like visual, images and things. That's why the NFT I never got into as much, because I'm good with calculations and numbers, but when it comes to just art, like drawing or painting on the computer, I got a C in art. So I'll just say that. I got an A+ in math, but I got a C in art.
Well, we all have our fortes.
Yeah.
That's why this team works really well together. It's pretty well. I've been creating spreadsheets to try and work out things like what the daily reward will be for this day if you put this amount of money on iron, etc. And I've been doing one for the TFA to try and work out how many days to 30%, which is kind of okay. And how once you get to when it's pumping out 30 a day at 100%, then that's kind of fixed. But the bit in between, can I even put it into words? When we first withdraw, the amount we get every day changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's something I was still a little confused on. There, I know it's like 2.25 on day one.
This is where Meng will help us because he's there.
That's a percent of an amount, right? And then like it goes up each day.
That's right. So when we reach, we've charged up to 1,500.
Yeah, you're 1,500 charged.
That's it. And then for each day after that, it's a percentage of the cumulative charge, which is why it changes. So say.
Is the percent the same each day, and just the amount that's applied to?
That's right. Yeah. So it's a bit complicated, and I was trying to figure out how could I write a spreadsheet that would calculate that because it's changing all the time. Anyway, and well, Meng we might have lost Meng because it's raining there, but that was something
that in Excel I would think is basically make a table by date. So have a column which is day 1, day 2, day 3 going down, and then you could just track the daily amounts.
Right.
For each row, and then like each row might depend on the row before it to say, okay, I had this much before, now this plus, and you have new values, and then you just keep going down row by row.
You'd have to have the whole list of days, wouldn't you? I was trying to figure out whether you could put it in one place so you could enter. Because people ask these questions, they're out there saying, how long is it going to take? And then how can I speed it up? And what will this do? And
I would say try it that way. Make a day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way down to day 200 or whatever it's going to be. Obviously, if you have land, all the it'll be less than 200. But then at that point, you'd have 1,500 DP, whatever the percent is. I don't know off the top of my head right now, but that times 1,500 would be that row's value that you get to a draw. But then that 1,500 goes up to like 7.5. Right, if you get another 7.5 the next day, and then you're taking a percent times that. So you can just keep going down row by row each day and see what that ending balance is on that day.
Cool. Well, now maybe Kev and I talked about doing I tried to record a tutorial about the spreadsheet, and it was the first time I did it, so I'll have to do it again, but it got really complicated. I was thinking, how do you put this across to people without them going glazing over? Or it's just going, I don't know, it's numbers, I can't do it. So I presume that's something that you do as part of your tutoring.
Yeah, I use Excel a lot. With the kids, not as much, just because they're doing high school work. They don't use as much, but I do always try to make things as clear as possible. As a teacher, I think that's the big thing. Like, so many kids will come in and they'll say, oh, my teacher said XYZ, and I don't know what that means. So I try to find a different way to explain the same idea. And you can, after a while, you can tell if they get it or not. Like some kids, one method of explaining will work and others it won't. So you use a different way. So I'm always trying to think of different ways to say the same thing, basically.
Sure. Yeah.
Different people will respond to different ideas. So.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
At that point, can I just ask, am I coming through okay now, guys?
Yes. Nice and clear. Okay.
I'm really sorry about that. My connection dropped out. Hopefully I'm getting through okay now. Am I okay? I'm coming through?
Yeah, we can hear you. That's good.
Right. Okay. This is a perfect time, actually, because Winnie will know what I'm talking about, Vale. I'm pleased you brought it up about the school kids and teaching and whatever, because I've got to thank you so much for all the hard work that you do, mainly over in Telegram, because your hard work has been noted not only by the Bureau of Forefront, but by management as well. Okay. Now, we have been speaking to our node manager, our PIC, sorry, about various members that go the extra mile, so to speak. Okay. And we've had the okay to nominate a number of members, put their names forward for a TFA plus. Okay. Now, we have spoken, the Bureau members have spoken about this together behind closed doors, if you like, and your name was mentioned as a nominee for a TFA plus. Now, I'm going to ask you, Vale, are you a TFA plus holder already or not?
I am not. No. Well, thank you
You're
so much.
not. You would be a perfect candidate then to put your name forward. Now, because the Bureau members had a word together about this, and we agreed that the work that you do over on Telegram and on Discord, of course, has been noted, we would like to put your name forward. So is it okay if we do that? And we'll have to get some details from you about that?
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. That's so thoughtful.
Excellent.
Because I'm very grateful.
Excellent, because obviously, we want to bring value to the platform, and the platform wants to bring value to Dalversal, and we want to be able to raise the attention of the members that really stand up and, help the process. And you certainly do, sir. We've noticed for quite some time now that the effort you put in online is above and beyond most members. So we appreciate it, and we would like to nominate you to get the TFA plus. Now, we have to put your name forward, but we've got to say that the final decision is from corporate, and obviously they will take what we say about you and look at what work you do, and obviously they will say yes or no. But I highly recommend you, and so do the Bureau. So is that all right, sir?
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
No problem at all. And like I say, it's members like yourself that we do identify, and we think you more than deserve it, don't you, Winnie?
Absolutely, yeah. You've been great in the groups, really. Help.
Absolutely,
just clear
right.
and simple and patient and compassionate. Which is
exactly, because it's not easy dealing with members when they're quite frustrated and quite aggressive sometimes. They get emotional when things don't go their way. So yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity to try and identify those members that do step up. So okay, guys, I was going after the intermission, we were going to do something, but I missed it. So thank you, Winnie, for keeping that going. I don't know what happened there because my connection never really drops out. So hey ho. So the next thing that I'd like to go through, and this really involves Chris as well, because what I'm looking at is what can members do, what can viewers do regarding MySpace at the moment, because obviously we've got 3 or 4 days where we're, I personally am accumulating USDT to swap into Ethereum when it's a good price to purchase that NFT. And then we don't know what we're going to do after that. We'll have a process to buy in the NFT that we don't know what that process is yet. But one thing that I would like to show members is what we've already been doing behind the scenes, me, Winnie, Meng and Buddykins and whatnot. We've been playing with the Ready Player Me avatars. Now, this is something that Trucker Fletch could get involved in because everybody's going to have this opportunity to own their own free avatar, and it's their own persona within the metaverse. It's their identity within the metaverse. So let me just bring Chris on. Chris, you do understand what an avatar is? It's your personal identity within the metaverse, yeah?
Yeah, it's like a little character that you can make run up and down and do all funny things.
That's right. It's it's the way you interact at the moment. So rather than using a keyboard, you will have your own person. You'll have your own 3D character. Now, have you seen the Ready Player Me website yet in order to create a free account and create your own character?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay, then. So what I'm going to do, if this is okay with Winnie and everybody else, I'm going to share my screen and show you guys what the Ready Player Me. Now then, are we on the right tab? Yeah, we want to be on that one. So share. Now, can I get a nod from Buddy? Are we not seeing? No, we're not seeing that one yet.
Are you seeing the boys paying attention to this?
Right, just bear with. I want to make sure that we've got the right.
Is that Fred?
Right.
Fred. Hello, Fred.
Can you see it now?
Good ears.
Are you trying to share with me?
Okay, I'm trying to share the Ready Player Me.
Isn't there a Star Wars character with ears like that? There is, isn't there?
Yoda.
That's of course.
Player Me.
Yeah. Yoda.
Okay, Winnie, can you see my Ready Player Me screen?
I can't, unfortunately.
You can't.
No. What I see in the studio is going to be the same, isn't it?
Right, just bear with me. I'm trying to. Oh, share tab audio. Right, just bear with me. I want to. It's definitely that one. And that one. You should be able to see the Ready Player Me. Why is it not? No, you still can't see it.
No.
Oh, that's not good. Just bear with me, guys. This
I've
worked.
got a question. These avatar things, do they work on a normal laptop, or do you have to have a special computer and that for it?
No, they're very low energy usage, so they should work fine. So that one.
It's coming up with a pop-up.
Okay, nothing.
It says if you would like to share the screen, you can add them as your guest here.
You should just be able to see a shared screen. Okay, I don't know why it's not sharing this time, because it shared. Yeah, it normally shares absolutely fine. Show a studio, the site will see contents of your screen. It's that one. Okay, so you're not seeing.
It brings a pop-up and it's like you've got to put it somewhere. And it's different. So I think they've maybe updated it.
Right. There must have been an update then since the last time that I shared screen, because that's strange.
Yeah, it was quite.
Is it coming in the thing at the back, at the bottom? Just bear with us. I've just seen something. They did a. Yes, I think I know what's happened here. They did an update last. Here we are. There you go.
Ah.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see it.
Yes, there we go.
Right. Yeah, they've done an update and they've moved it. Right. Okay, guys, this is the Ready Player Me website. Okay. Now I've made a free account. Okay. It doesn't cost you to do anything on here. And I'm going to enter the hub. Basically, free account, just sign up with it with your email address. You enter the hub, and this is where you can create your avatars. Okay. If I go into my avatars, I've created 2 or 3, and I'm looking at creating one for Parzival for Ready Player One. So I'm looking at creating my characters already. Sarah's going to look at Artemis, which is the girlfriend of Parzival. This one's me in summer, and this is me in winter. So we've got all the different, attires. So what you can do, Chris, is after the show, I'll give you a private run through on this anyway, and you can create your own 3D avatar. And this is where you can create. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a new one because I don't want to ruin that one. So create a new avatar. Okay, so starting from scratch, hopefully it'll pop up any second now. Okay, male or female? Let's go for a male. I think that'll do. You can actually upload a photo of yourself as well. I haven't tried that yet, but if you've got a close-up photo of your face, it actually makes it look more like yourself, okay, which is a bit scary. Okay, so looking at the clothes design first, you've got full outfits here that completely change your character, okay? So you can go for anything that changes the... There was one, Chris, you might be interested. I think it's further down here a little bit. It was like a Formula One driver or some bit further down, I think. But there's Santa, there's Christmas coming up, so it can be a Santa as well, I suppose. Okay. There was a
Those
business
shoes look a bit dodgy.
Oh, I like that red one.
There's
That's-
also this one.
Yeah. Oh no, where did it go?
Back to
There's
the future.
there's one here. This one took me by surprise. That is not General Kev at all.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's more like a Decentraland avatar, isn't it?
That's
Oh,
you,
we've got
Freddie.
Kelvin Klein.
I was hoping there'd be dogs, actually. I fancied being a dog.
Now we've got a branded version here then. So this opens up the door somewhat, doesn't it? Well, if you wanted to change your individual T-shirt, your top, or your trousers, for instance, go to your trousers, you can put jeans on. So this site, you can really alter every part, put some big chunky boots on or green trainers maybe. Okay, you can change your hairstyle. Yeah, okay, bit of Brill cream on that one, that'll do fine. Okay, there's loads of different things that you can do to make yourself look like you. Okay, pair of sunglasses, for instance. Let's make a real wacky character here. Okay, and then click next, and you can make as many characters as you want. Now, this is what really surprised me, because you can save that as your alter ego, if you like, if you're another character. But when you look down here, there's loads and loads and loads of different other apps, animes. Now, that is the one. If you stream on YouTube and you use your character through animes, instead of it being me that's on screen, you can actually use your avatar. Now, I haven't looked deep into it to set it up yet, but that would be crazy, that. So instead of a live General Kev on the screen, it would be my avatar working instead. So there's loads of different 3D metaverses in this list as well. So that's just an idea, Chris, of what we can go through as a new introduction, a new member to the metaverse, because everybody's got to have their avatar set up in order to enter MySpace. Okay, so that's something that we can do, and we might make that into a basic tutorial for members. Let me just stop sharing my screen and go back. Hopefully I'm back in the studio now. Yep. So hopefully that we might do a basic tutorial on that for members, that because some members just think, I don't know what to do. You know, I want to go into the metaverse, but how do I do it? I want my 3D character and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. And it really is simple. I mean, for us button pressers, I mean, Winnie, you know what it's like. We jump in, we press buttons, and then we fix it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
That's the best way of doing it. Now, Chris, if you remember back to when you was a young nipper, I certainly remember it. We used to take things apart, electronic toys and things. We used to take them apart and make the alternative gift at Christmas. We'd get bought things and we didn't like it, so we'd take them apart and make new things.
I remember getting a right Roger in from my mother, because they bought us one of them Dune buggy remote. It was like a scale electric, wasn't it? And it was summer of '76. It was too hot. And I realised that if I took the motor out and put some bits of metal on it, I could make an awesome fan. But it never went back together as a racing buggy, did it? Well, we kept cool that summer.
Wow, that's brilliant.
That's right. And I mean, we was creators back then, weren't we? You know, and I do remember taking a scale electric track apart and making something. I can't remember what we made out of that, but everything came apart, and the little brushes under the cars created something for another electronic project we had going. So, well, like I say,
you know, pioneers. It was some different words then. I can't really remember what they were.
But this is where, you know, we started at a very young age inventing, I guess. It was electronic, you know, experiments, you know, and we haven't stopped yet. I spoke last week about importing the water-cooled home PC from Germany. We was the first in the UK. Me and Buddykins owned a PC shop in our local town, and we was the first to import the water-cooled home computer. And we built them, and we, you know, had it in the paper. We was in the paper for that. And it was awesome at the time. And we was talking, how many years ago did we say it was? It was quite some years ago anyway. And how technology's come on in the past is crazy. Hence Oasis Memories, because all this is the memories of where we've been, where we've, you know, evolved within the internet. From Web 1, Web 2, and now we're heading into Web 3. And this is why I showed the NFTs, because just to plug them a little bit at the moment, the NFTs represent, there's a collection of 3 NFTs, and they all represent different stages of the evolution of the internet. Okay, and I do believe Winnie's got one of the first of the set of 3, and there's going to be a collection of 1, 2, and 3, and they represent each set. The first NFT represents the internet as we know it, as in Web 2, the multimedia where communities can go on Web 2 platforms like Twitter and Facebook and so forth. The middle NFT, which I shall be launching once we get into the metaverse, once we've got MySpace set up, NFT number 2 will be launched, and we'll be looking at that representing the birth of Web 3, as in the metaverse, and the interaction and collaboration between communities from different aspects of the internet. Okay, and then the final NFT, NFT number 3, will be the final NFT to be minted, and there's only 25 of each of these NFTs, so they are going to be quite collectible in the end. NFT number 3 is going to be minted when I've completed the full story of Oasis Memories. Okay, the story that goes back 3 or 4 generations to Web 3 and the decentralized metaverse. So it's a really exciting collection of NFTs that it tells a story in itself, and the very fact that it's going to be on the blockchain, minted, non-destructible against any governmental force, HI, which is an important factor in the whole story. The 3 NFTs as a collection will be rather big collectible. Okay, everything will come, you know, out and explain itself as it evolves. Okay. It looks like Trucker Fletcher's dropped out of the internet, sadly. So, oh, we've got Coach Lee on. I didn't know Coach was in the studio. Good evening, Coach. Usually is driving, so if he...
Hi guys, no, not driving today.
Oh, hi Leon, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome.
Excellent, sir, excellent. I dropped out earlier on and I lost everybody, but I'm back now. So how's your weekend? Are you ready for the weekend? We're on Friday now, aren't we? Not Saturday yet. Are you ready for the weekend?
Yep, Friday. Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Excellent.
Ready for Tuesday.
I know, we've been talking about it. NFT launch day. Really looking forward to it. Oh, by the way, guys, I did want to say a quick hi to Pam as well. I saw Pam in the chat room earlier on. So,
oh yes, Pam. Hi, Pam.
Yeah, good evening, Pam. Anybody else was in there? I wanted to.
Yeah, who else?
I didn't want to miss anybody out this week because I'm always too busy chatting. Okay, Sassy's got, I don't know whether this is a question. Let's read through it. When we start withdrawal after the 30% milestone, what we charge every day will be added to 1,500 and calculated at 0.15%. In the same way, if we withdraw an amount of, say, 10, for example, will this be deducted from the 1,500 plus for 0.15%?
Okay. Oh, Leon can help us with this, I think, probably, because Meng dropped out.
Yeah. It basically keep going up because the number keep going up. After 15, you keep adding every day, you keep adding. So the percentage stays the same. So you just keep increasing based on the addition of other charging that keep going up. So the other thing, it don't matter if it minus it or not. You just keep going up with the charges. Because based on the charge, not based on what you actually do.
Yeah, so it doesn't make any difference whether and how much you withdraw. Is that right?
No, it's based on the charge.
It's just the charge. That's what you're saying.
The charge keep going up. Yeah,
that makes it easier.
Every time you charge, you're adding more to it based on and that's gonna be hard for you like to calculate because everybody count is different, and every day it's changing. So it's not the same thing every day because as we change different tiers in terms of the bronze and the iron, all the stuff changes stuff. You know what I mean? As we go through those tiers. So it's hard to keep a track of how it's going to give you every day. So, you know what I mean? It's like an NFT, just different every day. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I've seen so far, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because Sassy said here, and the amount we withdraw should decrease. No, it doesn't. It actually increases because your percentage stays the same, but the amount that releases is increasing. Is that right, Leon?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So you keep going up because every day you keep adding more to the.
That's right.
The more your charge.
Yeah.
So going based on charge, not so much what you have in the system.
Exactly, the withdrawal is based on.
That's right. But I think what Meng did get confirmed was when it reaches the 100%, I think it's 30 DU a day, at which point it stays at 30 DU a day until it finishes paying out.
That's right.
Yeah, because after 50, not charging anymore.
That's
so you go straight to 6%. Yeah.
Because
no charge after you finish 500, 5,000.
And those members that have got enough for Pack B can then purchase Pack B, yeah?
Correct.
That's right, yeah. In Telegram, I saw him posted an image of 50% reach. Oh, right. So Meng's reached 50%, has he?
50%. Awesome.
I reached 52.
Yeah,
you've reached 52.
Fantastic.
Awesome, guys. Yeah. Well done. And it's been hard work. It's been hard work, and you've deserved it. At the end of the day, this is, and you know, people that are watching, members that are viewing this, you know, this isn't about a race. This is about two guys, Meng and Leon, that have been working behind the scenes, bringing people in their downlines, teaching them how they've been doing it, and they've been following suit. And what this does, it doesn't just help Leon and Meng to get their TFAs. It's an education. It shows us guys how to do it. Okay, not only that, but it proves that the platform works. I've had so many members saying there's no proof it works. Nobody's withdrawing. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. You know, there are people withdrawing, but people who's eating crisps. I don't know who's eating crisps.
Oh,
So,
then
but there's people saying that they want the evidence that it's working. Well, here we are, guys. You know, I can say I don't mind. I think I hit 25% today. So I'm very close to withdrawal point, which is fantastic. 27. Sorry, I've just been corrected. Sarah knows my account better than I do. 27%. So I've only got 3% more to go, which is fantastic, because then I can start saying, right, this is what I've got on day 1, 2, 3, and 4, which, like I say, Leon is quite right. It increases because the amount that release every day increases. So your percentage with the TFA is, let me get my head around this, 0.2?
Yeah, that's the TFA plus, isn't it? Is it 0.1?
0.2%. That's right. Yeah. So 0.2% multiplied by however much is released that day. So obviously that is takes into consideration everything, your generative rewards and everything in your downline as well. So like I say, we're looking forward to reporting that back for viewers to see for themselves. We said we were the pioneers. We're here proving it. We step forward and, we help people along. And like I say, bail, we will do for other members, like we're hoping to be able to do for you too, sir. Anybody that steps up and above and helps other people within this metaverse moving forward, this is what we've got the okay to do. Let's see who's there, who's helping each other to make it big in this arena, so that we can offer them or nominate them. We can't offer it, but we can nominate them for the TFA Plus as well. And hopefully, let's get more and more people working up to their withdrawal, because ultimately step 1 is let's get some TFA rewards back. Step 2 is what can we do to keep Dalversal running, improving itself, so that we make a stable future for everyone, because ultimately that's the way I see it. King Ben's out in Dubai at the moment. I bet he's having a ball. I really do. And it turns out, the lucky beggar, it turns out he's extended his stay. So if I end up going out without buddykins, am I coming home? I don't know. I'll extend my stay. Yeah. Okay. Poor old Buddykins is at 5%. We'll have to do something about that as well. So did Men come back, or is he?
I don't think so. The drinks are on you. That's what that means, isn't it?
That's why he's dropped out. We haven't seen Jason this evening either. So I hope he's probably working, actually, because he was on overtime.
His head in, and he just got off work. Oh, he's going to be on the road for a while. That's what he said. Yeah.
Who's that, Meng?
No, Jason.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. He's traveling back.
And Meng.
Okay, then. So, Trucker Fletch, was there anything you wanted to bring to the studio? How have you seen this week? Have you seen anything that's really confused you that you would like to talk about? Don't say all of it.
Where do I start? No, not really. That it's state the cogs whirring, watching that Avatar thing, so that I could get that somehow working with the poetry and that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I hadn't seen, and that's definitely sort of made the eyeballs light up. I'm still doing
I think
collect and charge or whatever it is, where you press the buttons and it goes up something. I'm at 4% or something, I think.
So you're still charging and collecting your TFA, which is great.
I'm still doing summits, yeah.
So you're not having any problems with that at all?
Don't seem to be. Flobby's doing hers as well. She seems to be getting on all right.
Okay, so your next step would be to create your avatar ready for Ready Player Me. So we'll go through that after the show if you're free.
Yeah. I'll not be up for long because I've managed to get my sleep pattern back. I've been nocturnal for years, and I did something last weekend, and I managed to knock my sleep pattern. It's like the Earth's been off its axis for a long time, and I did something last weekend, and it's put it back on. So normally I'm in bed at about 9 o'clock. Switch the phone off, and switching the phone off has made a massive difference to sleeping. The phone's not sort of ringing or anything at night, but absolutely killing it. I've noticed over the last, Friday? Is it Friday? Yes, Friday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every day this week, I've switched the phone off at 9 o'clock at night, and I'm sleeping through from about 9:30 till 6 in the morning. And that hasn't happened for years.
Yeah, I think this is society in general. We've got to look at electronic devices. We should really turn them off at night to get a better night's sleep. I think that's quite important to notify. And something that Jason, I will bring it up actually, Jason and myself was having a conversation regarding this about general health, mental health and physical health when we're going into the metaverse. What we want to do is focus some of our time on highlighting the importance of health when we get into the metaverse. You know, we can all be electronic wizards and we can all be digital avatars and so forth, but we do need to not forget about our physical and natural beings as well. So this is something else that we'll be talking about in future shows. So I think Winnie will be quite good at that as well, because you make your own natural home brews, I believe. Winnie's Wine Bar.
Oh yeah, oh, right. Yeah. And also, I was thinking we've got B on next week as a guest, and she does meditation and relaxation tapes.
Oh, of course.
And she's going to be talking about her planet, that's something she wants to do.
Yeah, who's that again, Winnie?
It's B12.
B12, that's right. Yeah, and I haven't seen her in the chat box this evening. I think she said she was busy, didn't she?
Yeah, she's
okay. So that's another one of our valued members from Discord and Telegram. Yeah, absolutely right. And this again is looking at our natural, being, our health and well-being, shall we say, mental health as well. It's a very important thing that we shouldn't be ignoring as we move into the metaverse. So just looking down here, Sassy's at 4.72. Do all your team members have TFA packs, Sassy? That's a good question, because, we've noticed that Sassy's a very active member over in Telegram as well. And like I say, if we can help you guys, come on the show. You're more than welcome to come on the show and help with us. Some of them are having less than 5,000, so waiting for smaller packages. Okay, guys, this is another thing that it's still on the table. Okay, we're not going to be able to get them overnight. It's as simple as that. There is so many things going on behind closed doors with the launch of MySpace, with the TFA packs in general, because Jonas said quite a few times, I think I saw it in one of the groups actually yesterday, that Jonah wants to be 100% sure that what we've got with the TFA now is running perfectly. And in all fairness, guys, I can quite clearly see that, in my opinion, it's 95% perfect up to now. And I'm only saying that because of the missing that wasn't missing, the missing TFA tokens and so forth. These are only minor errors, guys. These aren't major problems. So it's just ironing out them things before they start looking at smaller packages. But what we identified, me, Winnie and Meng was saying the other day, what we have identified is that Dalversal certainly respond to everything that we discuss with them. Anything that we ask, sometimes it sounds a little bit over the top and think, oh, we're maybe pushing it a little bit, asking for that. But no, we're not. They're very responsive to our input, which, let's face it, guys, this is what community consensus is all about. Now, to get Dalversal to come on camera, and don't forget, where's Jonah been? It's Hong Kong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been in Hong Kong most of this week at another big event. So I do believe that's why Ben's extended his stay, because he's got another quick meeting with Jonah before he comes back to Africa on Friday or Saturday. So like I say, there's big things going on in the background, and I know for a fact that these smaller packets are still part of the list of things that they're looking into in the near future. Another thing, I don't know whether I think I mentioned it last week, but I'll mention it again. Members' planets manifestos can be rewritten without changing the title of the planet. I think I've got that right. But they can only be done, as far as I'm aware, they can only be done every 15 days. Okay.
They've changed that. It's now every 3 days.
Are you joking?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? I made a typo on mine and I was waiting because I didn't know that. So, hey ho, they did that. Jonah said that they was going to do that because of people like me that can't type correctly. You know, we rely on AI. But yeah, that's good to know because I can go back this evening and put that correct then. Okay, some of them are having a less. Yeah, okay, that's Sassy's. Okay, Winnie, have you got anything else to add to this evening's show? I mean, what time are we? 20 to 10. That's gone really fast this evening. It's been a great show again.
It has, hasn't it? Well, yeah, I was just thinking about because Ben was just so enthusiastic about he was there, he was in the office, he was meeting the people and assuring us that they're real people and there's a real office and just that he really stressed how important that is for people, the small packages thing, because that's the most common question that they're getting, so they really are listening. And it was just, and it was really encouraging to see how inspired he was being there and meeting the people, and that like they've really thought this through. And he said they were just really what's the word he said? It wasn't like a multi-level marketing hype situation. Just they're really intelligent, business minded, taking it slow and steady and wanting this thing to work. That I think that's what impressed me, that he was impressed.
That's the difference. That's what we've been looking for.
Absolutely. I am over the moon about that, because that, in my opinion, that is what many members found to be an issue back in the previous platforms, okay? Because it did create a huge division between us and them, if you like, okay? And that's the last thing we want to do with this platform. This platform can accommodate everyone, all of them, everybody, and we're all playing the same game, so to speak. Yeah, we all have the same opportunities. We all have the abilities to show our own creativity skills, to use the same financial packages, if you like, without having supremacy over another, if you like. That's the way I see it anyway. I'm impressed with the platform. I really am. Sorry, Winnie, was you going to say something there?
No, I was just agreeing with you. Yeah.
With what you just said there, Winnie, compared with the platforms we've been on in the past and the way they've been run, that shows professionalism over fly-by-night, grab and run. That makes it a lot more secure. And that, I mean, these platforms, I was telling Kev the other night, where there are all these high-flying marketers, blah, blah, waffle. That put me off. Everything on the videos like this, I would not have been here. But because it's talking more professionally, more sensible, more mature, more adult, more of a proper working environment, if that makes sense, it shows a professionalism. When you see professionalism, people get interested. It's like, these aren't a bunch of clowns here today and gone tomorrow. This is going to work. And that me as a layman coming off the street, like I say I am, that makes my ears prick up when somebody talks. I don't deal with clowns, and what I have been in the past. That's the way I felt. But this now is more professional, and my ears prick up. And I work with professionals. I don't work with clowns. And this show and the last one, I've been here all the time. I had to go nip to the loo a few minutes ago, but I've been here listening, and it's more. I'm more interested. I feel I'm more part of it, and even though it's still a little bit over my head, I'm getting a grasp of more what's going on. When it was the old system, the old platform, these marketers, my head went, Muppets, just shut off, don't even go there. This, I'm being pulled in and held in, and it's a lot of difference. And once other people realise that as well, this group will build up, the whole system will build up, and it'll be mega.
That's fantastic.
I think what we've got here as well is a completely different concept altogether, but based on a very similar concept, if you like. It's delivered in a different way. Within the metaverse, when you look at the 3D realm of going in there, because let's not forget, not everybody's going to use the MySpace, that not everybody's going to have these 200 people rooms. Okay, some people won't want to spend 0.2 Ethereum on MySpace, so they will be your friends that come into your space, so to speak. So you'll be able to get gatherings in there. You'll be able to create groups of people that get interest. Like I say, anybody that's into Star Wars, we've got the perfect candidate on board with us this evening, haven't we, Bale? You know, you'll have I'm sure you'll have a super following. I mean, I bet you're looking forward to it, aren't you?
I could make a cantina. Remember the cantina scene with all the aliens? That'll be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to roaming around. I mean, obviously, I'm going to have, a MySpace so that we can do this within the metaverse. But I'm going to be more excited roaming around and looking at other people and what they're delivering as well, because this really is about people showing their flair. You know, coming out into the open in a safe environment. And don't forget, guys, we all get the same opportunities within MySpace. We can all promote our NFTs. We can all share different opportunities. If I remember right, Winnie, in the white paper, it does state that all these financial opportunities like mining, staking, and so forth, you can actually offer them from within your space in the future. So all these are things coming forward, and what they're doing, they're very, very good at what they've done here compared to what we had before. Because what we had before is what Trucker Fletch described as waffle. And I tend to agree, because what we're going into now is a completely different realm of the way they deliver that same product, if you like. Okay, but obviously the product has been adjusted so that everybody can accommodate it on a safer level where, you know, it's not going to, you know, collapse as it did before. And like I say, we are the proof now through what we've been doing with our planets and our land plots. I'm having no problems whatsoever. In fact, guys, I can tell you now, regarding my account, I've had to put no fresh funds in to be able to save up to purchase my premium NFT for MySpace, because all that has come from the daily rewards from my planet and my mining, my land plots. Okay, so that proves to me that if you do your research, if you watch shows like this, if you get in with groups like us where we can work it out together, because this isn't me that's just done this. This is a group of people that have put their heads together and worked out the best possible strategy in order to utilize what's been given to us in this platform. And this is the proof of it. Because I've got to be honest, guys, I haven't got the funds to put in any more for any more products, yeah? But if you do it right, you can do it. And it works, you know, you're evolving your own asset structure. The foundation of your empire starts here. And I can quite clearly see the foundation of my empire is so rock solid. And I'm not racing ahead. I'm making sure it's going to stay rock solid. And Winnie, I'm sure you're in a similar situation, aren't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that is by collaboration with members that plug in. And, you know, we're not here just saying, come and view our program. We're the best. We're not. No, it's not about that, guys. It's about listening to the information. And if you don't understand it, talk to us. You know, talk to us. Come to us in the group. Bale's a great guy for, like he said, he tries to make everything as simple as possible. And it must be a fantastic advantage being a teacher, you know, because you've got those qualities to bring to the table, Bale, yeah?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I just naturally do that because I'm a teacher, but I remember you said earlier that sometimes people ask the same questions. It was just answered, but then the next line in the chat is, how do I do this? And it can be a little frustrating when it seems like you're answering the same thing again and again. But honestly, I do that every single day. Like the kids are always asking the same question again and again and again.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Can I ask what
really
age?
Mind that so much.
Yeah, sorry, sir. What age range do you teach?
I teach all grades. So
okay,
I'm at a learning center after school. So second graders
Right.
come in, high school seniors come in. We have the whole range of school.
Okay. Well, like I say, I can only commend you for bringing your skills into Dalversal Metaverse and, you know, using your skills there as well. And like I say, me doing these, chat shows and presentations, the Bureau do 2 Zoom calls, 2 tutorials for the African members, one on a Wednesday, I'm forgetting my days now, one on a Wednesday, one on a Sunday. And these are skill sets. This is what Dalversal are looking for, hence the nomination for the TFA Plus, because people with skill sets have got something more valuable than money. And if they bring that to the platform, the money comes automatically. And now I'm going to let Leon come on and speak because I know, yeah, he's laughing. I know Leon has a lot to say about this very subject. So welcome, Leon.
Hey guys, well, there's a lot of stuff to say about that. But all I can say basically is that, like I keep saying over and over, money is just the effect of ability. As long as you have ability, money gonna come. That's all it is. Because ability is your thoughts, how you think, how you see life, how you do things. That's your ability. It's not what you're doing. It's how you process information and how you stick to what you're doing and what you desire. And every day you do it, you get right or wrong. And you keep making the right decisions and stick to it, you get your destination. And that destination somebody is gonna like and they'll pay you for it. That's all money's about. That's the tool. In terms of the platform we are on now, before Hypervoice, Hypernation, those was more hype because they didn't have a product. There's no product to sell you. So they were selling you on you open as you have a dream. So everybody was trying to talk to you in terms of, we said they are LLM sellers and so forth. But it's not so much the LLM sellers that our process was doing it, is the fact that they didn't have no product. Hypervoice was trying to build a product. Hypernation was trying to bring a product. They never bring a product to surface. So therefore it was just crowdfunding of money. And the guys at the top was able to take out more than the ones at the bottom because they was able to do more of it. So that was that the platform was about. Diversal is about product. It's profit sharing. You don't make no money in Diversal until profit is being made. So therefore we share the profit. So therefore it's not going to crash itself because as long as we keep bringing product and we keep sharing the profit from something being made, it's not going to crash and go anywhere. Once you could crash it, is if the old system fall apart because of technology or somebody get a better system that override this system. Outside of that, it's a product or service. It's going to keep running as long as we keep funding it and we keep doing what we're doing. It's virtual, but it's still a product because we really want to give it value. Everything that we have in this world is give value by people. People give things value. Value don't come from things. We give it value. We just want the ability to give things value. And if we give something value, it don't give us what it is, air, water, whatever it is. We give value. We want to pay for it. It can keep producing. And that's all. That's what it's about. And Divorce will produce that for us. It create a product, and we have to give it value and utilize it and use it. And by doing that, we have a meter system that create income, and that income create a product and a service that give us profit sharing. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not the people that are just sharing the concept and so forth. People still sell you dreams. Like I say, everybody's selling something. Some people selling their souls, some people selling ability. The question is, what are you buying? That's the ultimate question. What are you buying? You buying souls or are you buying ability? And that's it. Coach out.
Yeah, nice one, Coach. Yeah, just to tell you, Coach, your backdrop wants horizontal flipping, sir, because your words are back to front. I made that.
I see that.
Yeah, I did that when I put my first backdrop on as well. So it just wants flipping horizontal.
Thank you, buddy.
No problem, and thank you for your wise words, Leon. I fully agree. And what viewers can do when we're talking about value, what we can do is look way back before the incept of money. Okay, and what was value before money was invented? Okay, value was anything. I think value started with stones or rocks or something like that. And the bigger rock you got, the more value you had. Now, can you imagine giving somebody a rock to somebody a rock today and telling them that was worth $1,000? They would laugh at you. And yet you can give them a piece of paper with 1,000 written on it, and they will believe that that's worth $1,000. It's crazy what people's perception of value really is. So whether it's virtual or not, it's the perception of the value that matters, really. And like Leon said,
look at this thing, Kevin. Look at this, Kevin. Not cutting you. The stone, the shell, the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the UBT, all these things, all they are just container of energy.
Yeah.
Everything, they're just a container. So money is just a container that store our energy. Because if you go through the stuff you hear, Bitcoin is a good container because it holds more energy. It holds energy for a long time. Real estate is a container. It holds energy for a period of time. Money is a container. It holds energy for a certain time. The energy leaks. When you look at money, fiat money, it leaks at 16% per year. So therefore, your value keep losing 16% per year. So you don't earn it. If it wasn't for that technology and that concept in terms of fiat money, people will hoard it and try to keep as much as they can. Like they try to hodl Bitcoin. They'll do the same thing with money. And money needs to be liquid. You need to keep moving around to keep value, keep flowing. It's not how much money you keep, it's how fast you move it into something different that have more sustainability and could maintain it. There's a cup with a hole inside, basically, that you're throwing water in.
Yeah.
So it has to keep leaking out. And that's what it is. So now the coins, the brick, the stone, the shells, they just continue to be used. Okay, I can accept this shell as this value of value.
Yeah.
So that's what determines. Money is the only thing that's right now, it's a irrational concept. Because money is not no objective value. It's what somebody say it is. And that's the difference.
That's right.
When you got gold, you get silver, and this thing is objective. We know this gold weighs 10 pounds or 10 ounces, and this 10 ounces worth so much. And that's the difference between money, which is just a form of slavery. You know, so it's another topic.
It is, Leon. It is. But if you look at two different cryptos, one could have a really good tokenomics. It could have a good platform behind it and be worth thousands. And yet you take another crypto which is similar but worth absolutely nothing. You know, it's what value that gives. It's not the crypto. The crypto can look exactly the same, but be completely different in value. So yeah, absolutely.
Correct.
So like I say, guys, fantastic, concept of the value of what we've got on the Diversal platform. And thank you for that, Leon. Great
You're welcome.
Topic to...
my poster look nice. I like that. That's it.
That's it, sir. Yeah, I can see. Hang on, let's show the viewers as well. Move your head
Yes, I did switch it. It's like
to the
the metaverse.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll be seeing you in Leon, you'll be getting an NFT premium, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Think I get 2 of them.
Okay.
I pick up 2.
Are you going to be doing coaching tutorials or videos within your?
Yeah, yes, I will be doing that. That's why one of the plan is called Powder Asset Coach.
Right.
So because I coach people around 4 basics, around their health,
Yeah.
the mental,
Yeah.
the financial, and the time. I coach around the 4 basic assets of our natural resources, our God-given resources, which is our time, our body, our mind, and our resources that we accumulate based on our virtues.
Okay, and would you like to tell the viewers the title of your the name of that planet and the coordinates so that they can make a note of that?
I just said it is Coach Leon. It is Asset Coach Powder Asset Coach.
Yeah.
I think Frontier. I'm not even sure the name. I'm not even sure, to tell you the truth.
Sarah's just having a quick look so that we can give the.
Yes, I think she do a better job than me. I don't know the name of it.
Is it Coach Leon?
But I know it's Powder Asset Coach. The Powder Asset Coach is the one I'll be doing that around.
Asset Coach. Can you see that one?
Oh, Powder Asset Coach, 12.29.
Yeah, it's 12.29.
Yeah.
That's the.
So that's the one I'll be up.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the coordinates for Coach Leon's planet, 12.29. Okay, just so the viewers know, they can make a note of that, and like I say, we'll see you in the metaverse, Leon.
Awesome. See you guys there.
Okay.
With bells on.
Yeah, nice one. Okay. So, right. Okay, guys, it's coming up to 10 o'clock. Those 2 hours have flown by, haven't they? Episode 9's been a corker this time. So, okay, Winnie, what do you reckon to that then? It's been a wonderful episode again, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It's great to have guests on. It's all right. I was just playing around with my sound. Yeah, it's great to have different people on. Thanks so much, Bale, for coming on, and it's great having Chris with us.
It is. Winnie, do you want to say your last words for this evening, and then we'll call the show to an end, and then we'll send Bale those questions for that TFA Plus after the show, and then you just do that over the weekend, and we'll send it into corporate on Monday or over the weekend. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, go ahead, Winnie.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you in the metaverse, won't we? I don't know how long it's going to take from Tuesday to.
I don't know. You've got a good. It's a good question. That.
Yeah. How soon?
Yeah. We don't know, but we'll work on that, and as soon as we can, we'll be in there and broadcasting from within.
Maybe this time next week. That's a thought, isn't it? Perhaps.
Well, you know the general, when he gets something buzzing around his head, he doesn't stop. He just has to
sleeping. Yeah.
Forge forward and get it sorted. So I don't think it'd be long at all.
Talking about things buzzing around your head, I'd like to apologise. Anybody that's seen me swiping like this for the last half hour thought I was losing the plot. I'm a gardener, and I've got 2 gardener plots, allotment plots, and I've been repotting on a load of plants today, house plants. And in the compost, because I've got the central heating on, I found out there was a load of flies coming out of the compost. And that's what I've been swiping at for the last half an hour. I'm not losing the plot, honestly, but they're buzzing around everywhere. So when you was on about buzzing, Kev, yeah, that applies here as well.
Yes.
All right, Chris, do you want to give a couple of words before we go, Chris?
Yeah. Tonight's been educational as well. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've learned a little bit more as well, and each week it's getting more interesting and exciting. So I'm pleased I've been here, and it's, like I say, totally different to the other ones I've been on. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks for your info, everybody. Thanks for what you've taught me tonight. And just stay lucky, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. And never know, I might be running around as one of these funny little characters with big ears. Can I get an avatar of my dog?
You will have to look into that, Chris. But
yeah, you need a Yoda avatar, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for joining us on the panel again, Chris. And like I say, we look forward to next week, episode 10, seeing how you've evolved next week. So it's been great.
Thanks for having me, everybody, and putting up with me.
Excellent. It's been a pleasure, mate.
Cheers,
Okay.
folks. Bye-bye.
Okay, Bale, would you like a few last words before you leave us?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just so appreciative of what you guys have done for me, the video and the nomination. Thank you so much for all of that. I'm honored to help in the chat lines. I enjoy it. I work with the kids all day. I enjoy working with them. So keep the questions coming. If you have questions about the numbers of the deals and Excel, anything like that, I'll do my best to answer those. So this was a great show, and thank you so much.
No problem at all, Bale. It's absolute pleasure. And do you know what, mate? We've known you for quite some months on the different platforms, and we get to know by chatting to people online by text. And it's not until we face each other and come on a show like that we really make that connection. And I think a chat show like this is evolving every week. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. When people decide to join us on that different level, and don't forget, this is going to go even more as we go into the metaverse as well, even if it is via our avatars. I think this is evolving perfectly. I really do. And like I say, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, Bale, and we will contact you after the show with just email, name and so forth, just basic information about your account, and we'll nominate you for that TFA Plus. Okay?
Thank you so much.
No problem at all. So, Coach Leon, have you got a few last words for the viewers before we close for tonight?
Yeah, sure. All I'm going to say basically is that, remember, you're the asset. You're the primary asset. So keep learning, keep growing, and the rest is going to be easy. That's basically it.
I thought you'd fell off your stool then, Leon. Are you okay?
No, I just put something in my truck.
No problem, mate. You take it easy there.
Awesome.
Thanks for dropping in. Sergeant Meng, are you with us or are you busy? No, we've got no Sergeant Meng. Okay, guys, we'll close this evening. We'll close episode 9. It's been an absolute pleasure hosting this show, having Bale join us and Trucker Fletch. Thank you to Winnie for co-hosting with me this evening, and Private Buddykins, who does an absolute spanking... No, I won't use that word, sorry. An absolute spiffing job in the back office. She's blushing. In the chat room. So thanks ever so much, guys. We're looking forward to next week, episode 10. I'll see you in Telegram or Discord. Until then, take care, enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye for now. Bye everyone.
Bye everyone. Thank you.